The falling leaves drift towards the earth, and seeds slumber beneath the snow. A flower blooms and withers swiftly. In the shifting shadows of light, the star map constantly changes. Mountains rise from the sea, and through centuries of flourishing and decay, there are always patches of grass, standing tall against the wind, resembling their ancestors. How could one forget the journey to the west? For travelers have come to this place, where a dense forest lies ahead with no path to be seen. Tang boldly sits on a rock and says to Sun Wukong, "I'm hungry. Go find some food." Sun leans on his staff and replies, "I'm busy. Can't you find it yourself? You've got legs, haven't you?" Tang asks, "What are you busy with?" Sun gazes at the horizon and says, "Don't you find the evening glow beautiful? It's only by looking at this that I can keep moving westward each day." Tang suggests, "You could look and search at the same time, as long as you don't bump into a tree." Sun firmly states, "I don't do anything else when I'm watching the sunset." Ju interjects, "Sun, you can't do this. You can't bully the bald one. If you starve him to death, we'll never find the western heaven, and we'll never lift the curse on us." Sun retorts, "Pah, when did it become your turn to speak? You pighead?" Ju angrily asks, "What did you say? Who did you call a pig?" Sun sneers, "Not a pig. A pighead. MPH. MPH. Ju raises his rake and charges forward. Sha bellows, "What's all this noise? I was trying to sleep. If you're going to fight, do it somewhere else." The three scoundrels glare at each other. Tang stands up, resignedly saying, "Go ahead and fight. The fewer of you there are, the better. You're the bosses. I'll go find food for you, all right? I'd rather be eaten by a monster. Then you'll cry." Sun shouts, "Hurry up, hurry up. There might be a female demon waiting for you." The three monsters all sneer. Tang turns back, waves his fist at them, dusts off his robe, straightens his garment, and starts walking into the forest. Just as he takes a step, his robe rips. The three burst into laughter, forgetting about their fight. This is a purple forest, filled with strange plants and perpetually shrouded in blue mist. The deeper one goes, the damper the ground becomes and the darker it gets, until the branches completely block out the sky, and Tang is utterly lost. Tang exclaims joyfully, "How wonderful! So much life, so many different forms of life." A voice replies to him, "Thank you." Tang turns around and sees a talking tree, with two blinking eyes on its purple-black trunk. Tang extends his hand, happily stroking the trunk. "What a marvel! I see a monster. I love things that defy common sense. Life is indeed a miraculous thing. Let me touch you, spirit of the earth." The trunk oozes purple sap, smooth and slippery to the touch. The tree enjoys the caress, its myriad drooping branches swaying in delight. The tree sighs, "Ah, it's been tens of thousands of years since someone touched me. Once, thousands of years ago, a group of monkeys played on me, but then they disappeared. Back then, I had no eyes. I could only feel many moving creatures around me, talking, singing. I couldn't see or move, but I was happy. Now I've finally grown eyes, but they've disappeared. Where have they gone?" Tang says, "They're dead." The tree asks, "Dead? What is death?" Tang explains, "Death is when you can't see, hear, learn, feel, or think. It's like you were before you were born." The tree urgently says, "No, no. I don't want to die, nor do I want to live alone." Tang comforts, "You might live for a long time yet. You don't have hands or legs yet, but they'll grow." The tree excitedly says, It took me 100,000 years to grow these eyes. I can't endure such long waits anymore. I want to touch my kin now. Touch you. Your scent intoxicates me. Tang reminds. I haven't bathed in a long time. By the way, you don't have a mouth. How do you speak? The tree shakes a branch in front of it, which has a human mouth on it. Tang points out. That's not yours. The tree explains. Correct. I found it. 300 years ago. Someone was eaten here. This was left behind. I soaked it in my sap to prevent it from rotting, and spent decades growing a branch to pick it up. Tang criticizes. That's not right. You're cutting corners. If it's not yours, it should be returned to its rightful place. The tree asks. Don't you want to know why that person was eaten? Tang guesses. Was it because they saw you? The tree answers. Yes. Suddenly, Tang realizes his feet are entangled in vines. A low growl sounds behind him, and he feels a foul breath on his neck, but he can't turn around. The tree says, Leave his hands from me. I like those hands. Tang scoffs. You take what's left by others. If I were a demon like you, I'd just smash my head against a wall. The tree self-deprecates. If I had a head, I'd consider it. Claws land on Tang's shoulders. The tree says, Wait, I want to say one last thing to him. This is the first person I've been able to talk to since I got this mouth. I'm very interested in studying the psychological activity of someone being eaten. Tang bravely says, Why all the nonsense? Die early, be reborn early. I'm not afraid at all. The tree shakes its branches. Tang takes a deep breath and suddenly yells, Help me, oh. Ju says, The master is calling for help again. Sun finishes watching the sunset and pulls out a leg from his robe to eat. Ju stares at him. What are you eating? Sun answers. A pig's leg. Ju angrily charges forward, hugging the monkey. I will kill you. Shot earns over in his sleep, mumbling, Cut him down, and falls back asleep. The tree stares at Tang. You've called for help 17 times. I only asked you to say it once. The tree asks, Why are you crying? Tang confesses. Tree grandfather, I'm really scared. I'm young. I've only lived for 20 years.